Come in, friends. The door is open. Won't you sit down? No, not there. Sit by the fire. Let the bristling flames warm you. It is chilly in here, as if the cold air of death were in the room. The door is closed. The demons are ready. Clutch your chair. You are trapped in the Chamber of Chills.
All the stories we tell are true. We believe in ghosts. Do you?
Bad evening. Tonight's story is called Gray Death, brought to you by The Bat. The screaming wind tossed the little sailboat around on the foaming waves like a bobbing balloon. The sky was inky black with the approaching storm. Tim and Barney struggled bravely to keep their little craft afloat. Finally, after what seemed like eternities to the shivering men, the sailboat was driven into a tiny cove and was washed ashore on what appeared to be a small rocky island.
Tim!
Barney yelled suddenly, springing to his feet.
There's somebody else here. See, there, in the mist, a man's shape.
He ran forward a little way, Tim close at his heels. There was no sound from the man in the mist.
Are you all right?
Barney called anxiously. He put out his hand to the man and screamed as the man's arm seemed to ooze right through his fingers. Then the silent figure moved closer, like an evil, slimy jellyfish. Frantically, the men tried to fight off the monstrous horror that surged around them like glue. But there was nothing they could grab. Their fists shot right through the gray mistiness of the man's figure and came out cold and clammy, as if a spider had spun its web around them. Suddenly, there was a ripping noise, like the sound of rotted human flesh being torn away, and the man screamed in agony. The first sound he'd made during the whole terrible struggle. And from Barney's nerveless fingers dripped a blob of gray sponge like jelly.
I only wanted to warn you away from this cursed island.
The misty figure shouted.
Everything here is covered with a sticky gray moss that you must not touch. Oh, I was shipwrecked here a year ago. I was starving. Heaven help me. I tasted it. The gray stuff. It was so good. Until one day I noticed on my leg a little patch of gray.
Their breaths sobbing in their throats, the terrified men turned and ran, flying from a nameless terror. With frantic haste, they cast off into the battered sailboat, neither one of them speaking until they'd put several miles between themselves and the island. And then Tim screamed, a high, wild wail of almost insane despair.
Your leg! Your leg!
Barney looked down at his bare knee. Clinging to it was an oozy patch of grayish jelly.
Your leg! No!